Welcome back to Let's Play White Day. Map and name school. Yeah, glitches. How bizarre. I mean, that jump scare was in the previous part. I think it was. Where she, like, you turn around and she pops up in your face, but I had to walk forward a bit for her to do that. That's another glitch. I was able to walk up to her like this, to an extent, without her jumping up in my face. When you approach her directly from the front, then she's like, dramatic sound effects to be spooky. I mean, it was effective the first time I encountered it, because it was literally right up in my face the second I turned around. It's effective when it happens like that, but when it doesn't, it kind of really doesn't work so well. Let's see, the main building 2, I think that is, quite clearly. But I must start there. And you know, when the janitor would occasionally be right up in my face as I open the door, those are effective moments of, you know, scaring the crap out of you. But it doesn't happen all that often. Where am I going? Ah, yeah, to main building 2. You know what annoys me about these? Is that with the exception of the first one, all the other times you do this, well, also the third time I guess is alright. But the second and fourth time you have to put a token in like that, freaking annoying if the janitor's nearby and spots you, because it takes so long to get the bloody things unsealed and open the door. It's annoying. $11:14. I'd usually get there by 10:40. Guess that's what happens when you stalk the Sim Kumbaya. Just like you can see the previous body, it's like, what the hell are you talking about? Well, you know, stopping to play guitar and all that while waiting for the janitor to essentially leave the area. You know, it takes a bit of time. That guy, the vice principal, Sang-moon Lee, he's gotta be an important character after all this. Also, note to the gym teacher, please make sure to turn the student around your financial. You have a habit of leaving the inside your gym jacket, making it difficult for the next shift to take over. So gym teacher is gotta be one of the janitors, I assume. It could be the one with, it probably is actually, now I think about it. Because the gym teacher has a hat, and you know, the young janitor wears a hat, but it's no referencing him by name, so you can never be sure. But he does seem like he probably would be the gym teacher, maybe as well. Yeah, Sang-moon Lee. His name gets brought up a lot, especially in interesting ways, like about the tokens and symbols and all that. It's quite something. We never actually see him, but he's definitely an important character in all this, to some extent anyway. Hello. What have we got in the fridge? Nothing. Also, I might as well point this out right here. Is that apparently, I mean, I've got all the figurines before, so, but according to the Wikipedia, the fandom people, like, one of the figurines is in there, which is why we need that key. I mean, could this be the younger janitor's coat? Jacket? Because there's the office key that was mentioned. No, the paper crane puzzles are pain in the ass. Because you've got to, like, complete, like, a bunch of shit to get the last one. It's ridiculous. You gotta do the small keys stuff, which is kind of annoying. And I think it might also... I'm not sure if it involves having to solve the... I don't think it does actually have anything to do with the metronome puzzle for that one. They got all kinds of neat puzzles, but you don't really need to do much of them, really. Just a few of them if you're going for, you know, 100% completion of the Ghost Collection. In the music room, the music teacher plays an important role in the game, the story and stuff. I always go this way, you know. 3rd floor, 4th floor, then the 2nd floor, because that's when we get shit on the roads. Now, have I taken a hit at all so far in this playthrough? I don't think I have. I think I've successfully managed to avoid getting hit by the janitor. At least for now, anyway. Also, right here. I'm not gonna do it because, you know, hell mode, I'm trying to conserve healing items. But if you've got the pack of cigarettes that you find in the boys' toilets on the 1st floor of main building 1, and you use the lighter right here, you'll encounter, and it will hurt. So keep that in mind. It's like, hey man, you're spoiling ghost encounters without actually showing the encounter. Because I don't want to get hit by the ghosts. I mean, fair enough for the ones that, you know, don't do physical damage, but the ones that do, fuck them. Because, you know, gotta conserve healing items for when you actually need them. And, you know, despite all the times I keep saying I'm not going to, you know, get all the Ghost Collection, because I already did that on the first playthrough on hard mode, but I'm still going to pick up some of it, you know, along the way, because I can. So that's one of them. Stamina drains really fast on hell mode, which is why I'm dreading the boss of this, you know, building. That's gonna suck. Wait, why did I turn the light on? Well, actually, I don't think it really matters. Either way, really. If you hide in the stalls, he doesn't usually detect you unless he sees you running into the stall. If he sees you running in the stall, you're fucked, pretty much. Another ghost. Also for this one, you know, just absolutely wreck your stamina by doing squats like that repeatedly, and then hit that and you have a chance of encountering a ghost. I'll just leave it at that. It was one of the more pain in the ass ones to get in the first playthrough, if you actually watched the LP, like up to this point, or at least early on in the LP, on the first playthrough. You know, you get the idea. Did I? Let me just check. Yeah, I picked up that one. Not that it really matters, but you know, just like to pick up the occasional ghost story, you know, here and there. Take this. You know what? Might as well get that out of the way while we're here. Buy a can of coffee that you'll be needing for when you get to the new building. I don't think there's anything in any of these stalls. But you know, I check every single time. Despite that, you know. I say that, but I wasn't as thorough with some of the other ones, was I? I was just like, door, 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 door. Do 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 do. That has a nice ring to it. Not, you know, the do, but the melody there. That sounds like it could actually be a piece of music. Maybe it is. I don't know. Yeah, ever have that happen? You just kind of just singing randomly, and you're like, hey, that's got a nice melody line to it. I mean, the singing's terrible, but it's got a nice melody line. 8, 1, 2, 4. You look at these right here, and you look at that. You're just like, how does that make sense? Well, basically, you gotta look for bits that have the number and ignore the rest of it. Like you see that and that and that. Completely ignore that and just look at that up at the top, and that's 4. And then you look at this, ignore that, ignore this bottom bit, and look at the 2 lines, that's 2. Ignore this and that, and just like, actually, yeah, ignore this, that, and just keep the middle bits. I mean, that one is a bit kind of confusing in a way, but it's the one bit that stands out in the pattern there. So that would make it 1, and then there you got 8 on top, which you don't there or there or there. So that's kind of how it works. You know, that right there, if it had a line on top, I just think it would be ka, the Japanese hiragana. These are actually the, it's like, I mean, they're basically, that's what they are, Chinese characters, but those are literally the characters for all those numbers there. It's like, it starts out really simple, doesn't it? 1 line, 1, 2 lines, 2, 3 lines, 3. Then what the fuck is that for 4? Then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like, you start out so simple, where did it get confusing? Like started almost Roman numeral-esque with the numbers, and then it's like, no, here's some symbols that are very different. Although when you get an explanation on some of the symbols, they start to make sense, but at the same time they kind of like, huh? Like how there's a character for, like, I think for mouth or talking. Basically anything to do with that. The kanji character that supposedly looks like a mouth, it's just a square. Kind of like that, but maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, they do have a reasoning behind it, it's just a bit confusing and I still don't really understand it at all. So 8124, keep that in mind. It's always a combination of those 4 numbers. They rearrange it, but it's always those 4 numbers, so it's easy enough to remember. They never change it around all that much. It's just always a combination of those. I'll take this for the hell of it. You know what, I must have picked up a document mentioning, like, oh, return the key to its spot or something like that, in reference to that janitor. I forget what document it was. He's like, excuse me, is anyone in there? I can't enter because I don't have permission. Well, it probably knows things. No. Yeah. I need to work not that. Principal doesn't approve all this entering, and that's why they don't get anything. Out to the gym teacher, please make sure to. So maybe the bald guy is the gym teacher then. Wait, no, it's inside the jacket pocket, so maybe it is the younger one. The older one has just borrowed a different key. Now we just gotta wait for him to bugger off. I mean, all we have to do is enter the next room and pick up that key. But now you gotta wait for him to leave the area, otherwise you'll be on your ass real fast. Yeah, the whole tone scale. Or at least, you know, augmented kind of chords. Was it Mount Moon in Pokemon? The originals and the remakes? I'm pretty sure it's an augmented chord. It's like, that's one thing like my music teacher would always point out to me. It's interesting the way, like, when you really pay attention to music, you don't really pay much attention to the technical stuff, but then you're like, hey, wait a second, that piece of music's using, like, augmented, you know, arpeggio there, that's interesting, you know? Or like, hey, that's using the diminished scale, or that's using harmonic minor, or even that's using melodic minor, which is a bit more rare. It's like the song Wouldn't It Be Good? It has a bit where it kind of like sneakily puts in some melodic minor into it. I forget how it goes, but you know, all I can remember is the. It's like that bit, easy enough, but that's just the regular chords. But it's that bit in the middle, like beep 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 beep. That kind of uses melodic minor, which is sneaky, nicely hidden. Another one, Rosanna, that was the last one I was given to learn. It was something like that, but it kind of incorporates the blues note in a nice little way. Anyways, I think it's high time we blow this popsicle stand. Maybe. Hopefully. Here we go. Stand on chairs. To get the key. Saved by cutscenes.
Oh, you're still here? What's happening? Are you lost?
It's funny looking at a TV and then looking at a capture card, because like the delay, it's like I'd hear her speaking and then I look at the capture card when she's done speaking and then her lips will move. It's just because of the delay. It's just hilarious. No, I didn't leave because I'm worried about you.
Worried? About me?
Yeah, you might not have an umbrella.
You mentioned Ji-Hyeon earlier, right? Could you help me then? Because I need to find her.
Just gotta be careful here, don't talk to her, you know. Let her talk if you want, but don't waste too much time here. Otherwise she'll get annoyed.
Ji-Hyeon came to school at this hour. And the same can be said about you, too. Many kids say they saw a ghost on the staircase. They say there's a kid who just sits here and cries. Right here. If you pass and don't know it's a ghost, it'll grab your ankle. Do you believe in stuff like that?
No, it's a shame such a ghost didn't actually exist in the game. Now, I remember hearing them making like a prequel or something. Maybe they'll incorporate the ghost there, I don't know. Be neat. I mean, that'd be a pretty creepy ghost, but you know, seeing the way some of the ghosts spawn, it would probably be a bit underwhelming. Because it'd probably be like, no, it spawns, but then you're not in range, so it's just kind of awkwardly there. She's like, can you come over here so I can get up in your face and be like, boo! Yeah, do now.
I believe it too. That's why I snuck in.
The next choice is the one that screwed me over, by the way. So pay close attention when you get to that. Because it's the choice that screwed me over, and by looks to it screwed someone else over as well, because they had the same issue, and I noticed it after a couple of playthroughs and noticing the trophy guide thing that points out the right choice.
Hey, you feel that? So creepy, right? They say you get goosebumps when a ghost passes through your body. Every time I'm here, I get this strange vibe. Like someone or something is watching me. The music teacher who committed suicide used to say the same thing. That there's something in this school. After the teacher died, a rumor spread that there was a relic containing the school's secret hidden somewhere here. In the end, nobody ever found it.
Moving on.
faculty office feels kind of odd at night. Sometimes I think the teachers are the ghosts of the people who died in this school.
They are watching us to someday make us their next sacrifice.
Even at this very moment.
Right, now this is a choice that screwed me over. And again, like when I saw Steam forum, like the choices listed that they picked, this seemed to be the choice that was the one that screwed them over. Because they chose, you are letting your imagination run wild. And when I played for this, like first time a couple of days back, I made the same mistake without even looking up because I just assumed that was the correct choice. But apparently it is. Do you have any proof?
Don't you think, since we're locked in, that kind of proves it?
Which is weird because of the way she reacts now.
Hey, Soyeon!
It'd make you think it's the wrong choice, but it isn't.
Ji-Hyeon, you really are here. What are you doing here so late at night?
What do you mean? You called and told me to come.
So I called you?
Yeah.
Hey, I need to talk to Ji-Hyeon. You go to the new building and try to find a way out of here.
Did she just walk through the door? I wasn't paying full attention, but did she just literally walk through the door itself? It looks like Ji-Hyeon doesn't actually follow after her. Yeah, what happens with Ji-Hyeon is very vague on Soyeon's rap. It's vague in general, really. She just kind of pops up in spots. You gotta be careful, the janitor has spawned in the area. As the typewriter, but we don't have all the pieces. And now you're out there somewhere. Somewhere. Probably. Usually spawns. Maybe he didn't this time. Now, one annoying kind of sort of glitch, maybe, might be just an intentional part of the game. But sometimes if you get killed by the janitor, like, and you respawn, it's like in that room essentially. I've had it happen before, but the janitor will immediately be outside and will immediately turn hostile, regardless of what you do. So that's kind of annoying when that happens. Also, should read that. To Ji-Won Kim, that's the music teacher that we've seen. He also calls himself the night duty teacher. Please forgive me for not saying goodbye in person. I am being forced to leave all because of a sick woman. Should you hear a rumor about me, please do not pay any attention to it. It's a story made up by people plotting against me. Once I leave, I'm sure you'll be bored because there will be no one left to entertain your ridiculous fears and ideas. For me, I'll be sad because there will be no one to understand the world of art. To ease the sadness of saying goodbye, I leave you a farewell gift. It's my painting of you holding your first art piece. I think you said you created that piece to hide something important, right? Anyways, I wish you good health and good luck in the future. It makes me wonder, though, who is the art teacher? Is the art teacher male or female? Because there's a portrait in the entryway of the second floor of a woman holding a vase, much like the music teacher holds a vase. But that might be the new art teacher that came in after the old one. I mean, I don't know, it's a bit jumbled and confusing a bit. But in Ji-Hyeon's routes, the art teacher is also referenced there, where they hide a vase for the music teacher because the music teacher asked them to, you know, take care of it. But we don't actually get this. Oh shit. We don't actually get to see the art teacher at all, male or female. We get to see a portrait that I assume is of either the old art teacher or the current art teacher. Just gotta wait for the janitor to, you know, go down there and maybe we can sneak past him, but I highly doubt it. All I need to do now is get to the third floor. Sneaky. I win this round, Mr. Janitor. Though you probably hear that and was immediately pursuing me for all I know. Luckily, if you do just walk instead of run, he won't detect where you are, unless he sees you, of course. So he'll only run so far if he hears a noise. It's like you can stop running at a certain point before entering the room and he won't actually know where you went. So that's useful. I thought that was the janitor then. I was like, what? Easy. I mean, the fact that they make it so you can't play the whole piano kind of shows this, like, even if you don't know anything about music and can't figure out the melody, it's, you know, fairly straightforward because it's, like, there's only so many, like, options and it becomes easy enough. One, 3, 2, 8, 8. Yeah, there we go. There's a disc in the CD tray we cannot access just yet, but soon in due time we will. Now to unlock the science lab, I'm not going to actually enter it, I'm just going to unlock it. Because we're going to need to get to the science room at a later point. Now we need shit. But this is good actually, this is good. If he goes to the third floor, you won't be on the second floor where we need to go, so it's good. Unless he hears me opening the door, which he probably will. He does so every other time bloody Ricky plays part. It's like that part of Ji-Min's route, you know, it's like you gotta keep out of sight. Except unlike the Ji-Min one, you don't get insta-killed if they spot you. Yeah, this is gonna be annoying because regardless of how far he is, he's going to come down here in pursuit. And it's gonna be annoying. Because he will hear these doors opening and closing. Which is why I'm gonna close this door to be careful. Maybe he didn't hear it. Ooh. How about that? It's weird how you have to, I guess it's because it's like some spiritual shit, where it's like, no man, only the one who wants to see can see. Or maybe he's seen us as worthy enough to be able to interact with the vase. You don't actually get to see whose name's on the back of the vase there. Unfortunately, he is on the 3rd floor, so it's gonna be a little annoying. But I can just sneak past like a boss. I'll just camp out here. Floating head woman should be here anyway. The janitor's light actually scared me a little bit. I was like, oh. Hello. Mr. Janitor, there he is. But you know what? That'll do for this part. How many parts have I recorded now? I forget. Either way it goes, I'll see you next time. See you next time.